The Prime Minister has conceded he has not got everything right as he seeks to win back support ahead of the election. It was a bruising appearance for Scott Morrison at the Press Club, forced to brush aside claims he's lost touch with the average person.
As the Prime Minister prepared to make his pre-election pitch inside the National Press Club, protesters gathered outside in an attempt to make their voices heard. For a second day, the Convoy to Canberra movement called for an end to vaccine mandates and COVID restrictions. Enough is enough! The Prime Minister arrived under police guard,
Good morning.
avoiding the sideshow on the street as he used his first major speech of the year to hit the political reset button.
I haven't got everything right, and I'll take my fair share of the criticism and the blame.
After a summer dominated by Omicron outbreaks and skyrocketing COVID cases, Scott Morrison was prepared to take the blame, but when asked, wasn't willing to say he was personally sorry.
We're all terribly sorry for what this pandemic has done to the world and to this country.
The PM argues he was too optimistic heading into summer, setting up expectations that would be dashed.
Because we can't lift people's hopes and then disappoint them, and I think that's what happened over the break.
On the vaccine rollout,
If I had my time over, I would have put it under a military operation from the outset.
his pre-election pitch contained policy sweeteners, a $1.6 billion fund to help transform leading research into profitable businesses,
Turning great Australian ideas into commercial success.
and cash bonuses for over 200,000 aged care staff.
The true heroes of this pandemic.
Workers will receive 2 payments of up to $400 each, the first this month, the second in May on the eve of polling day.
Scott Morrison is trying to buy the support of aged care workers.
The battle lines for the looming election clash are becoming clearer. The Prime Minister wants Australians to focus on the post-COVID economic bounce back, setting a new goal for the nation's jobless rate.
I believe we can now achieve an unemployment rate with a 3 in front of it this year.
After 3.5 years in office, Scott Morrison was asked if he's lost touch with the so-called quiet Australians.
Can you tell me the price of a loaf of bread, a litre of petrol and a rapid antigen test?
Now, I'm not going to pretend to you that I go out each day and I buy a loaf of bread and I buy a litre of milk. I'm not going to pretend to you that I do that.
His character also called into question. Asked about a leaked text message between former New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian and a current Liberal Cabinet Minister.
The Minister is even more scathing, describing you as a fraud and, quote, a complete psycho.
Well, I don't know who you're referring to or the basis of what you've put to me, but I obviously don't agree with it, and I don't think that's my record.
A record he'll look to defend this election year as the contest ramps up between now and May. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.